What's going on, my lovelies? It's Kyle here. So I want to share a little clip and dig into why this is important, why integrating your shadow is very important when you are also trying to help other people. So without further ado, let's watch the clip and see how we can apply this to our own lives and why it's very important to do this if you are truly trying to help other people in your life.
But this guy grew up and he is tough. He worked in lead smelters and he wandered around Western Canada. He was my roommate when I went to college and is still a good friend of mine. And he ended up working with like delinquents. He went into social work, oddly enough, and he ended up working with some of the worst delinquents in Canada. And he's a really good guy and he likes to help people get better. But he isn't naive at all. And then part of the reason that he was good at working with the delinquents was because there were no tricks they could get up to that he couldn't see right through. And that was partly because he had a real integrated shadow. I mean, I'll give you an example.
So, this is why it's so important. A lot of people talk about shadow work and integrating darkness and having a dark side. It's bad because dark is bad, right? Not always. We can create this darkness, we can spruce it up, and we can integrate it in a healthy manner where if you are in the helping profession, where you are trying to help people get better, and say the people that you're working with, or this individual or friend or family member, they might be difficult, they might be quite manipulative, they might have a lot of delinquent characteristics. In order for us to help these people get better, in order for us to steer them on the correct path of life, we have to see where they're coming from. We have to see this darkness within them and see right through it, to see the games they play, to see the tricks they play, to see how they manipulate, to see how they control, so we can then point it out to them. So we can then not fall prey to it. So we can then discipline it in a healthy manner. And as Dr. Jordan Peterson was saying, the reason his friend was so good as a social worker and working with very troubled youth is because he had an integrated shadow. And this is the same for many people out there who also have integrated their shadow in a healthy manner. They can see the shadow in other people. And this is why it's so important to do shadow work. This is why it's so important to integrate our darker attributes so they don't come out when we are in a rage or in an alternate state of consciousness. We want to have a shadow that's integrated, that is present during our normal waking consciousness. And it's not just bad. It's not just so we can not be manipulated. It's not just so we can stand up for others if they are being manipulated or controlled or taken advantage of. It's also so we can help other people who have heavy shadows. They might not be healthy shadows at all. They might be manipulative. And in this example, they might have a lot of delinquent characteristics. So for those of you who are in the helping profession, those of you who are just interested, you're on the path, you're wanting to make this world a better place, and you enjoy helping other people, and perhaps you haven't put as much energy into integrating your shadow, into integrating your darker attributes, this is another reason why it's so important. So we can see right through the tricks that other people play, and also so we can empathize with them that much more. Because when we have this understanding within ourselves, we also have that understanding with other people, and we understand how that shadow might work in their mind and in their lives. So we can catch it before they do anything to harm other people, before they do anything to harm themselves in a very serious manner. And so we can correct it. So, for those of you who are trying to help others, especially if you deal with difficult people, and it might be your work, it might be in a hobby, it might be in various aspects of your life, this is why it's so important to begin to integrate your shadow in a healthy manner, and to not shy away from it, and to strip away this whole stigma attached to your darkness, to your shadow, because it's neither good nor bad. But we need it if we are going to do our best to help others who also have dark shadows, who have darker characteristics, and they might not be healthy people. We need it if we're going to see right through the tricks and the games and the manipulation that they generally pull. So it's very beneficial for everybody involved, especially those of you who view this channel who are empathic, who are compassionate, who are very good-natured. You need to balance yourself out. And I'm going to stress this over and over and over again. But I thought I would just share this clip. I'm going to keep this quick. Hope that you can apply this to your life in some way, shape, or form, or at least hope I can pull away the stigma of shadow and darkness and darker attributes and integrating them into our lives. But I'll leave it here. Hope you're having a lovely day wherever you're at in the world. And until next time.